What's up guys, we're the Ancient Arrow Bros.
And we figured the best way to start off this channel is with a Super Mario Party review.
Mario Party is a classic game where you compete against other players on a board-like course, filled with mini-games and many other challenges and some hidden surprises.
Many years later, finally returning to the original feel, we are ready to lose our friends all over again with this new release, giving us a good reason to kick their butt and smash later this year.
Upon opening the game and choosing our characters, we noticed that there was 5 different modes to choose from, and we jumped right into River Survival. In River Survival, as you paddle down the river, you encounter mini-games. When rafting with your team, you need to work together to make quick decisions on which path to take while racing to the finish line.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, in River Survival, the best part was the rafting. After we played a couple of the mini-games, which seemed to be a little bit repetitive, we also found it was too easy to go through the map, getting all that extra time to get to the end.
So the next mode that we tried was Soundstage.
In Soundstage, compete with your rivals to get the highest score. These mini games encourage you to stand up and spread out and win by moving to the beat of the music.
So to me, Soundstage was really fun. I mean, it was really quite awesome that you could just kind of move to the rhythm.
They do tell you at the beginning to make you like get up and move around,
yeah,
but we didn't need that at all. But it was nice, like you said, with the songs and stuff like that, to play a different type of game, and especially with like the remix version of it, where it makes you go again, but even faster, which brings the challenge out of all of it. My arms hurt a little bit.
Yeah, at the end.
At the end of a couple of them, because we were playing them the right way.
Yeah.
But you can really just move your Joy-Con at a minimum.
That's true.
And you'll be there.
Yeah, and you definitely need more selections. That was one point that I didn't like about it.
Yeah.
But after that, we tried Mariothon Online. In Online Mariothon, challenge other players around the world in minigames, competing for the highest score and claim victory in a quick 5 mini-game rumble.
I'm big for like online games. Like I tend to go online with my games a lot more.
Yeah, that's true.
And I found that, especially now that we're paying for the Nintendo service, that the Mario Party servers are not really there. You know what I mean? And I understand that it's a new game. There's a lot of people hopping on at the same time. But for them to take the time to invest on a single player mode-esque feel, it should have been successful. Otherwise, they can't get that audience with them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, whenever you go online, you expect everything to run smoothly, and it wasn't that at all. Like, it was lagging a lot of times that we were just kind of stuck, and there was a huge bug where nobody was moving anymore, so it wasn't that good. I mean, whenever it was actually working, I had fun. I mean, there was not a lot of selections again with that mode, which I didn't really like, but I mean, whenever the game was running smoothly, then that's where I had the most fun with it. But again, I wouldn't go online at a random time of the day just to play, because for me it just doesn't have enough value.
Yeah, I feel that okay, we get some points, we get to our next unlock slowly to get those gems and everything, but it is not why someone would buy a Mario Party game. And I think they invested time into it, either not enough time, or they shouldn't have invested time at all and could have put into better things into the game that we will mention later.
Right. Yeah. We could disregard this mode and it wouldn't change anything to the game itself.
No, yeah, I agree with you there. Right. After we realized we couldn't play online together, we hopped right into Partner Party. In Partner Party, team up with a friend on a free-to-move board, work together deciding which direction the game will take, and come up with a plan to get as many coins and stars as possible, and of course, beating the other team. I actually really like this mode. It made it that I get to work with somebody on a permanent basis and play with my buddy against, you know, some other buddies who want to work together. And honestly, one of the best parts compared to one of the other modes we're going to talk about is you were able to move around and go through the board, and like we said earlier, when you're planning together and you're working together to move around, I feel like it changes the game and adds a bit more. The mini games didn't change really. It focused primarily on the 2v2 games, obviously, for this, but it was nice to be able to have a different mode Yes, the levels are not a lot, but it is more movement, which is
More mobility.
yeah.
That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, the fact that we really had to talk about what's the next move, what are we gonna do next, what are we using, what are we not using, you know, that added a lot to the game because we really had to stop and think and communicate to each other. So
Yeah.
I think that was a big aspect that made it very interesting for that game.
Yeah, it's back to that old school. I'm sitting at the table playing Risk or something, and I'm making a plan that I maybe not should be to beat the other guys, and how can we be secretive and not tell them what's up and strategize and do something. That's probably for replayability where it stands strong.
Yeah, definitely. And finally, we went back to the roots and played the Mario Party mode. Original free-for-all fun on a classic-style board game map. Racing to get the most stars and coins, and defeating other players in minigames and make decisions that will affect yourself and the course of your rivals. So for me, Mario Party was definitely my favorite mode, simply because I just like to have that challenge where I have to fight others and like I don't have anyone helping me out. I have to figure things out on my own. So for me, that was my favorite. I liked Partner Party a lot, but for me this was really it, and it kind of brings you back to the classic mode of how it originally started. So I definitely like that.
Like you said, it brings us all the way back to like those old game modes.
Yeah.
Especially now that even though it gives us an old feel, there's a lot of new mini games. Well, they're all new.
Yeah, definitely.
And in this mode is probably the most spread out. You'll play the most versions of that game.
And we're playing with Joy-Cons now,
exactly.
which adds to that. Maybe.
Yeah. It is easy to play with somebody else. It is easy to get into it. The boards are a little small, but it does give you a lot to do. Even in 10 turns, there was about 10 stars in 10 turns that got sent out, and 10 to 12, which is very quick, you know, not counting the bonus stars and stuff at the end. It is your classic Mario Party, your classic feel with a new like spin on it.
A new feel to
and that's it. Yeah, it feels good. It's updated for sure, but the old way, which is what we were looking for in America. So what are some of the other features that you liked in the game?
For me, I like the fact that all the characters had their own dice with their own abilities. That was really interesting for me. So you really have to like pick what matches your game style, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think that was really a good feature to have on the game. I can also talk about, you know, the fact that at the end of each mini games you got to do a high five with your teammates whenever you're playing, you know.
That little bonus of the coins and everything like
that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Doing so. Yeah. It reminds you to wake up with your team a little bit, opposed to just me sitting on the couch, you know, playing through all these mini games and stuff like
definitely.
that. Especially during a 2-hour game.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you're late to the high five that everybody's doing, you're just kind of
And there was a couple of times where it made a difference by 1 coin or 2.
Yeah, just
if you can get
up.
that star, get that count. So those little coins make a difference.
It matters. Yeah, definitely. Also, whenever you go around the map, sometimes you can get an extra partner on your team where they're going to be able to give you the dice that they have with different abilities. Yeah. So that was really a cool feature.
Yeah, it really lets you almost customize what you're doing on the board, but at the same time you got to work for it a little bit and stuff like that.
Definitely.
More than just a star. There's a better way to reward
Exactly.
yourself.
That's what I was going to say, because usually everybody tries to go for the star, right?
Yeah.
And then you see that extra partner, and everybody kind of wants to have that on their team. So.
And we witnessed firsthand having 5 of them.
Oh my god.
With you, and that's ridiculous. It changes the whole.
That was so powerful. We got all the stars after that.
Yeah.
And also the power ups, they were really interesting.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of them that had that classic feel, that classic vibe, but it did feel very updated. You know what I mean? It was like get to the star, get to a certain board or part of the board. Or add to your die. There were so many other ways to add to your die that it didn't feel like the item was a necessity. We even experienced though that being in last place, they gave me an item which put me almost in first, and then ended up winning the game just for receiving that one buddy item that gave me that die. You know, so
yeah, definitely. We could talk also about the map interaction. So how like different things are gonna affect you on the map. So there was the squid. I don't remember the name. Anyways, a giant squid. Whenever you get to a certain... Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Mega
so the giant
Mega Blooper?
Yeah, Mega Blooper.
Yeah. When it hits you, it just sets you back from where you started, takes a couple coins.
I ended up using that to my advantage. I didn't
true.
have any coins, and he sent me to
That's
the back, and it helped me get to the next star after, because we played a mini game after that.
That's true.
So yeah, no, even within the small map, that's probably my negative thing I would say about the maps is they are a little small. There is a lot happening. I didn't feel like I wasn't.
It's not boring.
And with a maximum of 20 turns, it's safe. I know back in the day we could go up to like 50 turns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it changes things. But at a 20 turn max, I think the size of the levels aren't so bad.
Exactly.
So yeah.
I would like to play for a minimum of at least an hour.
Yeah.
And maximum maybe 2 hours.
Yeah,
like
the 20 turns is about the 2 hours mark.
Exactly. That's the max I would go for, but not more than that, because then you're just going on, and it's
and
always
that's excluding
repetitive.
playing the other modes. That's just playing the Mario Party mode.
Because, in the partner party.
Yeah, the partner party. Yeah, it took us about an hour for the two. There's a lot of things on the map that give you stuff to do, but there was not enough emphasis on exploring the stage. It was really like you look at your map and you choose. It told you exactly where you need to go, where it was going. Sorry, where it told you a red dot. Oh, I'm going to land on this space. Yeah. I'd rather the old times where we were counting like how many and
you're kind of
emphasizing on the challenge, and your friend is wishing you bad luck to you know what I mean? Like that is sort of missing. I didn't want to fight with you as much as I probably would have in an older one. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So it is Mario Party, but it's like it is a good introduction to Mario Party. I would give that to it.
Anybody can grab it and just
of all ages you can get into it.
That's true.
I would give it that as a positive thing. The only negative take back from that I have is it's a little oversimplified.
Exactly.
The Joy-Cons work fantastically for this type of game. This is like that's what the Joy-Cons are for.
Well, it all comes up to the replay value, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's it.
It's something you can pick up, have fun with, but you're not going to be tempted to come back home from work or school and just jump on
into
it.
Mario.
Yeah, exactly.
This really is like a Friday night buy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of ironic that it came out on a Friday. We picked it up, we played it all night, and we found that it's super fun, but it might not be something I would spend at full price to come home and be super excited about.
Exactly.
But it is a fun game to play.
For me, I mean, it's definitely a game that I would try. I don't think it's a must-have, but I would definitely give it a try for anybody who's interested out there. It was fun. We had a good time. Yeah, there's lacking like in some areas, but it doesn't take away from the fact that this game is a fun game to play.
Yeah, it's definitely a game you shouldn't ignore it. It is definitely a main Mario title. It is exciting, but it's not, like you said, the lack. I don't want to say lackluster because that's what everybody's saying.
Right.
But it is lacking in the what's next in Mario Party. I know Nintendo is doing a lot of stuff where they're adding to games, especially with Smash coming out and a lot of other games. They're always adding stuff and adding and even in Mario Kart not too long ago they added a random motorcycle for Link and stuff like that. But how long are we gonna have to wait to go up from 4 stages or more than the 4 unlockable characters?
Exactly.
Especially when they're working hard on something that has so much in it, and here we're getting, I don't want to say the minimum, it's definitely an upgrade from before.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's not enough of a game to be a full download or a full purchase.
Like what you pointed out, I mean, like Super Smash, they're putting all the levels, all the characters, they're going all in with that game, and they should have probably done the same thing with this game and just put all the levels from the past games and, like just add as much as possible.
Final note, there is not enough of a reason for multiple people to buy it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we shared a copy opposed to just going to grab a game. That's why we're saying it's definitely worth a try.
So thank you for watching. If you liked our first video, just make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, it would give you a chance to win one of these canvases in our set by the end of the month.
Yeah, and feel free to check out our Discord channel in the description below, and feel free to join us and hook us up with your friend codes and stuff. We'll definitely be excited to play games with you guys online. And if you want to see what we're up to during the day, follow us on Instagram, also down in the description below. Yeah, that's about it. We'll see you all in another cast.